Hello, Taurus. How are you? Welcome to the channel and to your reading. Taurus, we are connecting with energies available to you for the next few hours, the next few days, what may be coming. I am going to start this reading with this oracle. It is a powerful oracle that brings us very valuable and very necessary information for you. To open this reading, the card of purification arrives, Snapdragon, the plant that accompanies you. The flower, or rather, the plant. Energetic purification, spiritual purification, purification regarding your personal bonds, and purification in situations involving other people. This is about clearing the path for you in your connections and experiences. Here's this. What could be a purification that comes hand in hand with communication? The sign of Gemini is around you. And the number 41, which is the number 5 in numerology, speaks to us specifically of water changes. So I would tell you to prepare yourself for what could be a powerful renewal of your energy, stemming directly from this profound purification process. Because right now, positive energies are being provided to you so that you can begin to heal, regain your balance, and finally start to feel better again. Everything is being aligned to ensure that you have the support you need to move forward and truly reclaim your inner light. It tells me that you are also being provided with resources. These resources come from your ideas, from the people around you, from your time, and from your health, as well as from that renewed energy, so that you can later invest it. From what is that renewed energy as well, so that you can later invest, so that you can later even find fortune here, even find fortune in the results of those projects that you bring down to earth. It tells me, do not become how can I put it? Too demanding from a personal place. Do not scatter yourself either. Try to find a middle ground. There is a project, there is something close to you that you have to in some way pay a little more attention to, or it is because in some way or another, you are not paying that attention and some issues are slipping away. That can be a work task. It can be a project specifically that you have in hand. It can be something that comes hand in hand with an adjustment that needs to be discussed, something needs to be accommodated. It may stem from a personal place, but other people might also be intervening in the matter. It is asking you to pay closer attention to this, to truly pay much closer attention to what is going on there. Let's see specifically if you can manage to have this snapdragon. If you know it, if you locate it, that plant, that flower, you could specifically do what is a purification bath. You can easily look up how that is done right here on YouTube or on Google. Now, let us see what the angels and the cards are telling me and what you, Taurus, need to know regarding this specific situation. I want to uncover exactly what messages are coming through for you and what path you should follow to find the clarity you are currently seeking right now. You already know that these are very generalized readings. If you want to treat your specific case, have a personal consultation with me, you can schedule it through the website. You always see the address here in the video, and you also have a pinned comment on your sign so that you go directly to the page. Well, there you have an 8 of Swords and an 8 of Pentacles, and you have the Strength card. You can see clearly that you are being asked to focus your attention once again and stop letting yourself be so scattered. Now, tell me, what happens if you find yourself currently standing within the energy of the 8 of Swords? How are you handling that specific situation right now? You are with an impression, like that impression makes you feel that everything is blocked, right? That everything is against you, that everything is tangled, that this isn't working out for you, that project isn't working out, that communication isn't working out, that client isn't working out, that job isn't working out, that business. Well, it is honestly just a little bit more of the same, and that is truly just an impression, a very personal impression of yours. So what exactly do we need to do right now? We really need to find a way to recover that interpersonal strength so that we can finally shift our focus back onto this and move forward with much more clarity and purpose. Above all, they are crying out for concentration because there is the 8 of Pentacles and to recover confidence in yourself. That is why they send you strength. That is why Archangel Ariel says the great strength is inside you. This is what Archangel Ariel might say directly to those Tauruses right now who are feeling, well, like they are not quite measuring up to this situation. So they stay there in the 8 of Swords and retract. No, this is not for me. I started this situation understanding, believing that I was going to be able to, and I can't, and I stagnate. Also, maybe you don't have much help from your surroundings. Like, what can be close people or people who are working with you? Maybe they don't even tell you anything, but sometimes it is not necessary for them to tell you anything. One realizes, right? Well, don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Don't be afraid to ask if you have to ask something. Don't be afraid to study again if that is the case, because there's an 8 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles tells you if you take back that initiative as you started it or as you want to start it, because maybe this didn't didn't start, but you know that it is going to start and you know that you could do it. You lack recovering the strength and confidence in yourself, but maybe it is an indicated moment so that you can, first of all, believe that you are highly qualified for this. No, to do whatever it is you have to do. If you have to ask for help, you can do it and you won't be less than what you are, first of all. And second, also to research and study the subject. If it seems to you today we live in times where things change minute by minute, and maybe the way you were developing your tasks was one way 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or at least 3 months ago. Now it has changed a lot and you need to study. And in this process, you can also do something and make a mistake. And it is just part of the process. Here is a success that is guaranteed. There is a success that is already assured for you, but you really need to sharpen your focus just a little bit more to make it happen. Return to recover. As I tell you, that value. No, don't want to do everything by impulse and by force. Don't demand more of yourself than necessary because that also doesn't help much. It doesn't help at all, rather. So, well, the strength card is telling you that you have the possibility of taking this matter back from a different place, more focused, knowing more of what you have to know. Maybe it's not that you have to know anything, it's that you have to trust that you can do it. And if you surrender yourself directly to all this, surely you will feel more secure, you will feel better, and you will see in a very short time that your work is really progressing. It is going uphill, right? I mean, it is developing upwards. And it is winning. It is winning. It is winning more than necessary. It is winning everything you understand. Everything you understand, you have to win. Let's see what the cards tell us now. Well, 10 of Wands. You see that there are certain things you are taking care of that you should no longer take care of because obviously they take you out of focus, they take you off axis, they take you out of what is the focus, right? 10 of Wands is a card that speaks to us of an end of a cycle. It finished. There is something you stopped doing because it is no longer your job to do it. Because you have been thinking about it for a long time and it is time to do it. It is time to delegate. It is time to ask for help. It is time to stop the overload of anything, of responsibilities, of impatience, of disconnection from reality. You must focus on your goal. Focus on what you truly want and stop trying to handle everything at once. Doing that only makes Taurus see success or achievement right there so close, yet you can never actually reach it. You need to stop scattering your energy if you ever want to finally cross that finish line. That obviously generates a lot of stress, but on the way you have been taking things from one and another and that one and the other and plus your own. And each time it is slower. So when we think we are arriving is when we feel that everything is tied up or that we have already lost our strength, right? Well, and look at how the thing could end. It could end in a crisis. I hope this happens. Because if this happens, which many say, oh, the tower. Well, if this happens, you have a great illumination, you become aware. And you realize that if you are projected to build your life in a stable way, where obviously no one is going to take you out of what is that goal, where you're going to focus your energy and your strength and self-control with serenity in this progress. Because this has to do with progress. It has to do with the work of Taurus. Because there is an 8 of Pentacles. It has to do with what you think regarding what you do. Also because there is the 8 of Swords and the Tower appears. It is because what it wants to tell us is that this explosion, this great movement that is felt, like that crisis, that brutal thing, is the best thing that can happen to you because it automatically brings you down to earth and you realize you have to take action. You have to move. What if you pull the tower? Because you've already been carrying this for a long time and you can no longer do it. It is a great slap of reality where you realize that you have to free yourself from this. If you want to continue carrying this and free yourself by force, because there is a wake-up call, personal, there is a wake-up call from your health, there is a wake-up call from your energy, well, there they are telling you that it ends. I mean, it announces a moment where something breaks, something falls apart, and there it makes you become aware. Let's hope it is not you, obviously. So it is a moment where there is a great event that marks your lives, because that slap of reality is very liberating. Really, what makes the chariot appear is that you can really realize that this experience you are going through demands a lot of humility on your part and a lot of courage, but also great intelligence and humility, of course, to accept that something is going to be revealed to you and will say, no, Taurus, it is not like that. You have to stand back up, you have to act with intelligence, and you have to take the maximum learning from everything, even from this experience, so as not to repeat it again, so as not to return to that burden, so as not to return to that situation that makes you feel paralyzed. You are recovering from something. I mean, you are standing up after a moment of perhaps a breakdown, but you have to take into account that you have to act no matter what. You see that there is great progress. The Chariot makes it possible for everything to move for that same determination that you are taking upon reaching this awareness. That is to say, saying, no, I have to put things in order. My priority at this moment is to finish that work, reach that project, reorganize myself, go back to recovering my financial stability or my personal stability or that of my partner with my partner or in a relationship. It does not matter. Well, it is what was happening, what it is telling you that you have the capacity to do it, but you have to adjust several things. So here the Chariot enters, and the Chariot, which is obviously the Hero's card, is telling us that thanks to all that you managed to move, but if not, it is impossible for the Chariot to appear. Chariot signals a major shift in everything. For example, if you had to commute for work and simply couldn't, or if you needed to move in terms of your physical, geographical location, this card represents the momentum you need to finally make those significant changes happen in your life today. If you didn't even possess the drive to take that first step, or even the basic willingness to go to a place where you could, I'm not entirely sure if it is specifically about learning things directly related to what I'm explaining to you right now, or simply finding a better way to approach your ultimate goal. If the motivation wasn't there to push yourself forward or to seek out the right environment, then it becomes incredibly difficult to actually make any meaningful progress in your life. Chariot tells you, it is over. Here I take you to new opportunities. Here I make you recover the desire and the strength to see the way to be on that path again, to find the focus again and see how, if you put this improved energy into it, everything improves. The economy improves, your life improves because you are controlling it. You are controlling the situation, but you also control everything. And life begins to give you opportunities so that you continue forward. But since you are, again, able to give yourself your value, it is so great at this moment that if there is any type of obstacle, like the one we are seeing in this situation, I am feeling you no longer stay there like the Eight of Swords. You move forward because you have the Chariot for a reason to achieve success. That is why spontaneity has to be an ally as well, being spontaneous, because you will not lack the opportunities to find all of this. And besides, look at what you have here. It is a beautiful card, the Ace of Wands, a card of beginnings and starts. It could be in a work matter. It could be that you have to travel for work, and that has also brought you very, very bad. It could be a job specifically that they are calling you to do. It could be that this comes hand in hand with what is a surprise, because it can also take you by surprise, and it makes you not only recover that impetus and that energy because your energy was cleansed, but you also have a lot of creative and expansive energy that empowers you and, well, move to action. Yes, yes, or yes, I am going to do it. I am going to manifest this reality. The direction I have now is clear and nothing, and no one will take me out of that, of the wealth, of the abundance, and of everything I want to reach. Let's see. The opportunities do not stop arriving here. There you have a Page of Pentacles, and it has to do with projects, and it has to do with study. Let's see what the angels tell us. What the angels tell us, Taurus. I am the angel that gives you light to start new projects. Good times arrive for you. The sky is helping you. Go ahead. I guide you with joy and rebirth. What an impressive reading, right? So let's trust Taurus so that this happens for you in the next few hours.